What's up, flamethrowers? Or should I say, good morning, flamethrowers? It is me, Flame the Dragon Hog here. And guys, as you guys can tell from my fit, I'm ready for the holidays. That's right, guys, I'm ready for the holidays. I've already got my Christmas outfit all set and ready. I'm looking fresh. Anyway, guys, the reason why I got this on is because today I'm gonna be doing a Christmas themed video. After all, it is December, it is the holiday season. But anyway, guys, I thought I would rate some Christmas movies for you guys. Like I went beyond my childhood, and I decided to look at or to look at some Christmas movies that are near and dear to me, and some Christmas movies that are near and dear to others. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys might enjoy these classic or recent I almost said videos, I meant to say classic or recent Christmas movies. So I thought I would rate some for you and maybe give you some recommendations for Christmas when you guys sit down and eat your candy, open your presents, and lots of other stuff with your family and friends. Oh, and if you guys hear some noises in the background, that is the washing machine. Sorry. Anyway, so, like I said before, I'm going to be rating some Christmas movies for you guys on a scale of 1 to 5. Alright? On a scale of 1 to 5. First one I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about what the movie is about, so you guys can get the gist of it. And at the end, I will be rating them from 1 to 5. And it's just my personal opinion. You guys, if you guys like these Christmas movies, let me know. If you guys don't like them, then that's fine. I'm not saying you have to watch them on Christmas. It's just a recommendation. You guys don't have to follow it. Anyway, so, without further ado, let's begin. Now, if you guys want to see more Flames Rates videos, let me know in the comments down below. And also, let me know in the comments what other Christmas-themed video do you guys want me to do. Or any other video in general. It doesn't have to be for Christmas. Anyway, so, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so the first Christmas movie we have here is, of course, the classic Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, there has been many different variations of this story. There's been many different variations of this story. They made three different versions of them. They made this one, the iconic version. They made the one with Jim Carrey, the live action version. And DreamWorks made one called just The Grinch. At least I think DreamWorks made it. I don't know. Was it DreamWorks or Disney? I can't remember. But anyway, either or, for those of you guys who don't know what the Grinch is basically a monster, a creature who lives up in the snowy mountains, and he just despises Christmas. He just hates it. And so he disguised himself as Santa Claus. To break into people's houses and steal every last bit of Christmas decoration that they have. From the tree, to the presents, to the ornaments, to lots of other things too. Toys, even their Thanksgiving dinner. So, yeah, it was definitely nuts. But anyway, I really out of all the ones that I liked the classic story. I really like the classic story. This version. I like the classic version. So, yeah, you guys might definitely enjoy this movie if you guys haven't seen it, especially the classic one. I'm pretty sure all of you guys probably seen the one with Jim Carrey or the the Grinch, the Grinch movie. But anyway, so yeah, on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm definitely gonna give this one a most definite 5. I love this movie so much. It is so amazing. I love it so much. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. All right, next up we have is another iconic classic, I almost said Disney, iconic classic Christmas movie, and that would be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh my goodness, I love this one. In fact, guys, when I was little, I used to love watching Rudolph. I loved watching Rudolph. I just thought that he was the most amazing and adorable when it comes to Christmas movies. When it comes to Christmas movies, I thought Rudolph was the most adorable and most heartfelt because it just tells you you can look different from any other person, but hey, just because you look different doesn't mean that you need to be treated different. So, yeah. And not only that, but Rudolph also became a hero. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, of course, you guys probably know the story of Rudolph. I'm just going to say it anyway. Rudolph is a little reindeer who was born with a glowing red nose. With a glowing red nose, he was bullied because of it and made fun of. But when his time came to shine, when it came to Christmas, he definitely stepped up to the plate. Anyway, yeah, so Rudolph, you definitely get a big fat 5 in my book. Because trust and believe me, guys, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is most definitely the best classic Christmas movie you guys would love. And it is amazing. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Alright, now this one is a very, very interesting movie. For those of you guys who are... For my black community, for us, we have Friday After Next. And this is the last movie of the Friday series. If you guys don't know what the movie Friday is, please look it up. It stars Ice Cube. But anyway, this movie is about Ice Cube, aka Craig, and his cousin Day Day, aka Mike Epps. They ended up getting robbed on Christmas by a messed up version of Santa. Everybody thought it was a joke until they all got robbed. And then they had to deal with all sorts of crazy mess. They had to deal with all sorts of crazy mess. They had to deal with a convict, an ex-convict trying to get at them. Their family being all crazy when it came to their new chicken place or barbecue place. Sorry, their crazy job as security guards, and dealing with Cat Williams, But I'm not gonna lie, guys. Craig definitely lucked out at the end of the movie when he got hooked up with Cat Williams' girlfriend. And of course, it's pretty nuts. But anyway, yeah. So Friday After Next, you guys will definitely like this movie. It's amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna give this movie a big fat 5. I love it. I just love this movie so much. It is funny. It's kind of stupid, and it's just very, very, I don't know. You guys will love it. And if you guys want to see the rest of the Friday series, it's called Friday and Next Friday. So yeah, be sure to watch those ones first before you dive into this one. Be sure to watch those ones first before you dive into this one, because you guys won't get the gist of the story. You guys won't get the gist of the story until you guys see Friday and Next Friday first, before moving into Friday After Next. Anyway, moving on. Alright, next up we have is A Charlie Brown Christmas. Another classic. I mean, guys, who doesn't love a Charlie Brown Christmas? Who doesn't love this? I mean, I think it's absolutely amazing. I love this movie. And guys, of course, we all know the story about Charlie Brown. We all know about him. A young kid who's just trying to make it through life, even though he's always getting bullied and harassed by his friends, especially Lucy. Ugh. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna ask you something just straight out. Do we have any Lucy haters in the comment section? Do we have any Lucy haters in the comment section? Because, guys, I know a lot of people like Charlie Brown, but, guys, there's Lucy. I just can't stand her. I mean, for two reasons. One, she's always calling Charlie Brown a blockhead. I don't like that. Always calling him a blockhead. And not only that, she does the classic football pull away trick. And I don't like that. I really don't. Sure, some people find it funny and lots of other stuff. But, guys, think about it. Charlie Brown, do you guys remember that episode where Charlie Brown got hurt because of it? That's why I don't like Lucy. Because she plays around too much. She's just nothing but a bully to Charlie Brown. So I don't know why she always hangs around him. But anyway, personal feelings aside of Lucy, personal feelings besides, back to the Christmas story of Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, he's just trying to get through the holidays, and he was appointed as casting director for the school Christmas play. And he was instructed to get a tree. However, the tree that he picked out was not so good. It wasn't so good. In fact, everybody just thought he was just nothing but a disaster. But hey, like I said, at least he got through the holidays and everything. At least he got through it. Anyway, that's it, guys. So as for this movie, I'm gonna give it a 4. Reason why was because I'm pretty sure you guys all know why. Yeah, Lucy. But anyway, there is one thing I really did like about this one, because the classic Charlie Brown theme became a really great Christmas theme. And just everybody just dancing and everything. It's kind of iconic. It's kind of iconic. Everybody loves seeing the Peanut Gang dance and everybody. It's kind of cute. Anyway, yep, it's gonna get a big fat 4. Yeah, they lucked out with Lucy. Anyway, moving on. All right, next up we have is A Nightmare Before Christmas. This kind of counts as both a Halloween and a Christmas movie, I guess. It does kind of count as both a Christmas and Halloween movie, so yeah, today I'm counting it as a Christmas movie. And I don't even have to go into the details because, guys, I'm not going to lie, a lot of people, and I do mean a lot of people, know the story of Nightmare Before Christmas. So I'm not even going to explain it. Not even going to explain it to you guys. So yeah, out of this movie, so guys, this movie right here, I'm definitely going to give it a 3. Okay, reason why that I'm giving it a 3 is because, one, it's because it's more Halloween themed than Christmas themed, if you guys think about it. It's more Halloween themed than Christmas themed. And 2, I'm just now getting into the story, so I don't know the whole gist of the story a little bit. I mean, guys, my nephew, he watches it. So yeah. And let me just tell you, he is obsessed with this movie. He is obsessed with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, he absolutely loves it. In fact, for Halloween, guys, he dressed up as Jack Skellington. And he also has a inflatable Jack Skellington that they could put out in the yard for Halloween. It was really cute. I do love my nephew a lot. And you guys should see a picture of him. I don't have one, but I wish I did. But anyway, back to this. I'm definitely going to give this one a, well, I already said a 3, so yeah. Sorry to all the Nightmare Before Christmas people. Sorry. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Moving swiftly on. Alright, next up we have is A Loud House Christmas. Yeah. And for those of you guys who don't know what this movie is, you guys clearly are not a Loud House fan like I am. Basically, guys, what this is, it's about a young man by the name of Lincoln going all out for Christmas. Going all out for Christmas with his crazy family. So guys, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this movie is absolutely amazing. And you guys want to know something? If you guys are a big fans of the Loud House, you guys would know that they made this movie out of the cartoon. That's right, guys. There's a cartoon version of this, and this is the very first ever Loud House live action show. Okay, this is the first ever one. Yeah, I'm not lying. This is the first time that they ever made the Loud House live action, and they even made a Halloween one where it's live action, and they even made a whole show based off the live action versions of the Loud House characters, which is just amazing. So yeah, I'm actually happy that they did that. I'm actually happy that they did that. Unfortunately, I haven't seen the full movie. Unfortunately, I haven't seen the full movie, so I haven't exactly got the gist of it. So, but I have seen most of it, so I think I'm gonna give this a 4. Reason why is because, well, Lori, she did take kind of long finally getting into the situation, even though she was in college. But anyway, it's pretty nuts. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Now, guys, this one is a very, very, very special one because, like I said before, what's more great than the live action version of the Loud House? The cartoon version of it, of course. And this Christmas version of the Loud House is absolutely, I love it. A very loud Christmas. Now, this one was amazing. I love this one. What's it about, you may ask? Well, it's about Lincoln and his family getting ready for the holidays. However, they had themselves their very own Ebenezer Scrooge. Unfortunately, they have their own version of Ebenezer Scrooge, and that would be their neighbor, Mr. Grouse, who's always taking their stuff whenever it lands in his yard. His policy is, my yard, my property. So, yeah, Lincoln, despite the fact that Lincoln's family was trying really, really hard to get prepped up for the holidays and everything, Lori, she's trying to not open up her Christmas presents early. Lenny, she was trying to make the perfect Christmas outfit. Luna, she was trying to write a Christmas song. Luann, she was trying to write I can't talk. It's been a long time, guys. I'm sorry. But anyway, Luann, she was trying to tell her 12 jokes of Christmas, or 12 puns of Christmas, can't remember. Lynn Jr., she was just doing all kinds of weird Christmas mess, working out for Christmas. Let me see, what else? Lucy, she was just there. Lucy, she was just there. Lana, she was trying to catch Santa so she can have a pet reindeer. And if you guys don't know Lana, she is absolutely obsessed with animals, which is just nuts. Lola, she was trying really, really hard to get on the nice list because, you know, how mean she is all the time. Lisa, she was trying to prove to everybody that Santa isn't real. And Lily, she's just being cute. Anywho, back to Lincoln. His sled ended up in Mr. Grouse's yard, so he went on a mission to get the sled back by breaking into Mr. Grouse's house. In result, he ended up destroying it. But learning the real reason why Mr. Grouse just didn't like Christmas. It was because he couldn't spend it with his family. They were too far away. Anywho, after learning that, Lincoln got his family and friends banded together, went to Mr. Grouse's house, and just had a great time. And, guys, for those of you guys who don't know, get this. This Christmas story of the Loud House, guys, this one is a very special one. Why, you may ask? It's because in this movie, the parents, Rita and Lynn Loud Sr., finally did a face reveal. That's right, guys. They finally did a face reveal. So, if you guys haven't seen season 1 of The Loud House, the parents just don't show their faces at all. They don't show their faces at all. But during this Christmas episode, they finally do. Guys, I was so happy that they finally did that. I was so happy that they finally did that. That they finally did a face reveal. Oh my gosh. Oh. Anyway, this Christmas Loud House was definitely amazing, and I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm giving it a 5. Yep, you guys heard me, a 5. Anyway, moving on. All right, next up we have is A Christmas Carol, a classic Disney movie. Of course, it doesn't have to be a Disney movie. They made many different variations of this story. And of course, we all know the story. Ebenezer Scrooge being a stingy, selfish man, as always. Just being hateful towards Christmas and not letting his workers go home or get paid on time. It's just really bad. Until one night on Christmas Eve, he got visited by 3 spirits. The spirit of Christmas past, present, and future. Oh boy. So yeah, they finally snapped him out of it. And he just spread joy all throughout the town he was in. So yeah. Anyway, A Christmas Carol is definitely one of the best Christmas movies, or should I say one of the best classic Christmas movies you guys have ever seen. Well, I mean, will ever seen. Anyway, I'm gonna give this one a 4. A 4. Reason why is because just Ebenezer in general. I mean, guys, it's a pretty valid reason. I mean, Ebenezer, he's just, I don't know what to say about him, because he's just so mean. But hey, at least he did give us the iconic phrase "bah humbug." Anyway, moving on to the next one. All right, next up we have is A Christmas Story. Now this one, guys, I'm not gonna lie, this one is has a very special near and dear thing in my heart. Because guys, when I was little, I used to watch this movie all the time. And for those of you guys who don't know what this story is about, it's about a young boy by the name of Ralphie who is just really excited for Christmas. However, his Christmas wasn't exactly going as he planned. By getting a pink bunny suit by his aunt or his grandmother, I can't remember. Having a brother that has a overstuffed winter suit, getting his mouth washed out with soap after saying "aw, fudge." And guys, it's an alternative. It's an alternative curse word, okay? And not only that, but also just waiting for Christmas to get himself what he always wanted, a shotgun. However, a lot of people saying, "Don't get it, you'll shoot your eye out, Lots of people have been saying that. And not only that, guys, getting treated horribly by Santa at the mall. And not only that, he also had his classmate got his tongue stuck to a frozen pole, which was just funny. And of course, the iconic thing, his dad getting that mannequin leg lamp, which was just weird. A lot of people thought that this movie was a little bit funny, a little bit crazy, a little bit dramatic, but hey, it's an iconic Christmas movie. Anyway, this movie, I'm definitely going to give it a 5. It's amazing. I loved this movie so much growing up. It's absolutely funny, amazing. Although, you know how they kept saying, "You'll shoot your eye out, Ralphie"? Well, he actually did shoot his eye out, which is just bad. Anyway, moving swiftly on to the next one. Alright, next up we have is another classic Christmas movie, Frosty the Snowman. Everybody loves this one. And of course they do. They made a whole song about him. But anyway, for those of you guys who don't know about Frosty the Snowman is about a snowman who comes to life after some young kids put a magical hat on him. He came to life, started dancing around, playing with the kids, However, he did get in trouble with the law, but he just didn't care. But anyway, yeah, Frosty the Snowman, definitely the best iconic classic Christmas movie. He's just so funny. He's just really, really funny. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 5. I love this one. He's just amazing. Even though I haven't exactly seen him in a long time. The one Frosty the Snowman movie I remember seeing was The Legend of Frosty the Snowman. That one was just, I don't know. It was definitely something, I'm not gonna lie. It was something. But anyway, let's keep on going and see what the next one is. Oh man, now this one I absolutely enjoyed watching. It's called Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Now, this one is absolutely amazing. It's three stories put into one. Basically, the first story is about Huey, Dewey, and Louie, aka Donald's nephews. They wished that Christmas was every day. And it was immediate, and they did get their wish. However, there is such thing as too much Christmas. So, yeah, they eventually got tired of it and they regret their wish. Second story was about Goofy and his son, Max, where someone told Max that Christmas and Santa isn't real. So, Goofy tried his best to convince Max that Santa and Christmas is real. He tried his best. However, after when Max found out about it, the roles reversed. And now he was trying to get his dad back in the Christmas spirit, which is just nuts. Anyway, next story was about Mickey and Minnie not having enough money to get a Christmas gift for each other. But I'm glad that they actually did, but I'm glad they actually thought about it, and I'm actually glad that they actually got to spend Christmas with each other. Because, yeah, even though they did get rid of the things that they cherished most, what matters most was them just spending time with each other. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you guys would definitely like this. And if you guys have seen this one, which story do you guys like the most? Which story did you guys like the most? The Huey, Dewey, and Louie story, the Goofy story, or the Mickey and Minnie story? Anyway, so yeah, this movie, I'm definitely going to give it a 5. I absolutely loved it. I love this one. Alright, moving swiftly on to the next one. And that would be Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. This is the sequel to Once Upon a Christmas. And once again, guys, there's 3 stories to it. First one, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they feared them being on the naughty list, so they traveled to the North Pole to take themselves off the naughty list and put them on the nice list. So, yeah, that's what happens in that story. The second story, they fast forward a few years later. Max is all grown up and has a girlfriend. So he was a little bit worried about his dad. He was worried about his dad being, well, goofy around his girlfriend. And for those of you guys who don't know who it is, it's not Roxy. I know a lot of people know that Max Goof, has a crush on Roxy. But unfortunately, that's not the case. He didn't get with her. But anyway, yeah, he was worried that his dad was going to be all goofy with his girlfriend around. So he was like, please just play it cool. Anyway, the next story was about Mickey getting into a fight with Pluto, which caused Pluto to run away. But what he didn't know was that he ran away to the North Pole. And Mickey, of course, he regretted being mean to his best pal. He regretted it. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty nuts. Anyway, I'm definitely gonna give this movie a 4. Okay, guys, hear me out. The reason why I gave this movie a 4 is because just the way how Mickey just treated Pluto. I really didn't like that. I really didn't. I mean, hey, sure, Pluto did mess up. Sure, Pluto did mess up and he couldn't be patient or anything. But hey, he's still his dog and his best pal. People make mistakes. But anyway, that's it for this one. So yeah, that's it for this one. 4. That's my final judgment. Anyway, moving on. All right, now this one is you guys probably don't know this one. Now, guys, back when I was like 6 or 7, there was a show. There was a show called The House of Mouse. And for those guys who don't know what The House of Mouse is, 3 words. Mickey Mouse works. Mickey Mouse works. But anyway, so basically what the House of Mouse is, it's well, I've done a House of Mouse thing on the channel before. Basically what the House of Mouse is, it's a cartoon club for Disney characters where all the different Disney characters, good or bad, get to go in, chill out, have a nice meal, have some good conversations. All ran by Mickey and his friends. However, during the holiday season, they got snowed in at the House of Mouse. So they decided to spend Christmas in the House of Mouse. They decided to spend Christmas there. However, Donald, he wasn't really into the Christmas spirit. So, Mickey sorry, nose Donnie. But anyway, so Mickey and all his other Disney pals, they try to convince Donald that Christmas is definitely a wonderful holiday. Anyway, so yeah, people definitely might like this movie a whole lot. I know I was a big fan when it came to the House of Mouse. I absolutely loved that show growing up. Mainly because of the Mickey Minnie moments. Yeah, and for those of the guys who don't know what a Mickey Minnie moment is, a Mickey Minnie moment is basically self-explanatory, where Mickey and Minnie are being all lovey-dovey with each other, or caring about each other. But anyway, yep, I think I'm definitely gonna give this movie a 5. I'm definitely gonna give it a 5, most definitely a 5. Even though one cartoon that they showed, I really wasn't a big fan of it. Anyway, moving swiftly on to the next one. All right, next up is Disney's Frozen. Okay, well, keep in mind, guys, this technically doesn't count as a Christmas movie, but it does kind of get us into the winter vibe, if you guys know what I mean. I mean, with all the snow and ice and everything, it gets us into the winter spirit. And I'm pretty sure all of you guys know about the movie Frozen, so I'm not going to talk about it. Anyway, guys, this one is a very special one, so I'm gonna have to give this one a 5. Well, on second thought, no, I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give this thing a 4. Reason why I'm gonna give it a 4 is, well, I'm pretty sure all you guys know why I'm giving it a 4. I'm pretty sure all you guys know why I'm giving it a 4. It's the song Let It Go. It's the song Let It Go. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like that song. I'm sorry. But that song I really don't like. It's a little bit annoying. I don't like that song Let It Go. But a lot of people seem to like it, so I'm not going to judge. You guys can like the song Let It Go. You guys can like it. It's just that I don't like it in my opinion. Anywho, I give this one a 4. I deducted it because of the song Let It Go. Lots of people may like the song. Like I said, I'm not here to judge. They can like the song. It's just that I don't like it, okay? I'm not going to judge. Anyway, let's keep on going and see what the next one is. All right. Now, this one I absolutely loved watching growing up. And that would be Alvin and the Chipmunks, A Chipmunk Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what this one is it's a compilation of 3 different Alvin the Chipmunk stories. Well, shows, I guess. But I'm just going to talk about the 2 Christmas ones. One is, of course, a Chipmunk Christmas. A Chipmunk Christmas. It's about Alvin, Simon, and Theodore being all set and ready for Christmas. However, Alvin, he ended up spending all his money. But what he really wanted to do was to buy a Christmas present. He wanted to buy a Christmas present for someone. However, he didn't have enough money, so he tried scamming people for money. And roped his brothers into it. Dave found out. He questioned them. And Alvin, and he really couldn't tell Dave about what was going on. He couldn't tell Dave about what was going on. And so, well, basically what happened was that a young boy who really wanted a golden harmonica, and they just couldn't afford it. So what Alvin did was give his harmonica to the boy. He gave his harmonica to the boy. And Dave, he actually needed Alvin to play his harmonica at this special Christmas show at Carnegie Hall. And, well, he gave his harmonica away, and so to cover it up, Alvin, he tried to scam people out of money just to get the one that was in the store display. Dave found out, questioned them, and he ended up saying that this Christmas gift was for himself. However, Dave got mad and sent the boys to bed. Well, not really mad, he was just disappointed. Anyway, so what happened was after that was Alvin really needed to get that harmonica, so he asked his brothers to help him out with the money. So he asked his brothers to help him out with money, and so Alvin rushed out of the house as fast as he could with all the money that he could get. Dave, he soon found out through Simon and Theodore, and he was really proud. However, in the mall, Alvin still didn't have enough money for the harmonica, but thanks to a certain familiar stranger, she managed to buy the harmonica for him. Dave found out, and they went to Carnegie Hall. Had a great time, and the boy that Alvin gave the harmonica to was there. He was recuperating. he was really all better. It was basically, guys, in a way, it was basically a mixture of that and, of course, Tiny Tim from a Christmas Carol. Anyway, speaking of a Christmas Carol, that's what the second episode of this was about. It was about Alvin just being all selfish and not worrying about his neighbor. You see, what happened was that Alvin, like I said, he was being selfish. He needed to, he had a paper route. However, his neighbor was just so mean to him. That, he didn't really care about him. He just really didn't care about him. And so he had to hurry and mail his letter to his grandparents. However, thanks to that mean neighbor, he was late. So now he couldn't get all the presents that he wanted. That night, he was visited by 3 spirits, Christmas past, present, and future. Doesn't that sound familiar? But anyway, after that, he learned that his neighbor wasn't actually mean. he was just looking forward. He was just looking forward to Alvin visiting. He just didn't actually have a way to express himself. He was really looking forward to Alvin visiting with his newspaper because people hardly ever visit him. Anyway, so Alvin, like I said, he changed his ways and stopped being so selfish and celebrated Christmas with his friends and family. So yeah, those are the 2 episodes. And as for this one, I'm definitely gonna give this one a 4. Reason why I'm giving it a 4 is because one reason. These Christmas episodes would have been a whole lot better if the Chipettes were in there. I'm pretty sure the Chipettes would most definitely set Alvin straight. However, the Chipettes were not in it. Oh well. It was just something. Anyway, yep, gave it a 4. Moving swiftly on to the next one. Alright, now we got another iconic Christmas movie, The Polar Express. Now, this one I absolutely love. I love this Christmas story, and just watching it growing up was absolutely amazing. It was about a young boy who got on a magical train that was on course for the North Pole. And while on the train, he got into some interesting trouble. Him and his new friends, they got into some trouble when it came to being on the train. However, when they made it to the North Pole, they got into some more mischief. And they almost got in trouble with Santa. But he didn't. And I was actually really surprised that when Santa asked him what he wanted for Christmas, he said he wanted him. It was definitely something. But anyway, I really did like this one. And guys, it's not every day where a magical train just pulls up in front of your house. It's not every day where a magical train pulls up in front of your house and it's en route to the North Pole. That's actually really, really funny. I actually like this one. Anyway, moving swiftly on. I think I'm definitely gonna give this movie a 5. I actually like it. It's amazing. It's really funny. I really liked it, especially the song When Christmas Comes to Town. I like that one. And the Hot Chocolate song too. I love those 2 songs. They were so funny. Anyway, moving on to the next movie. Yep, 5, most definitely. Alright, next up we have is the iconic classic Christmas movie, Home Alone. Home Alone. Now, a lot of people don't remember the very first ever Home Alone. A lot of people don't. In fact, some people rather watch the second one, Lost in New York, or the third one, or the fourth one, or the Home Alone heist, or the other one, Home Sweet Home Alone, which is a Disney Plus exclusive, I guess. Anyway, the classic one was about a young boy by the name of Kevin who got left on Christmas by his family, who was on a rush to go on a vacation. But however, Kevin, he was always somewhat of the runt of the whole family, because his whole family was just nothing but ants. Was just a whole bunch of there was his mom, there was his dad, there was his grandmother, grandfather, and a whole mess of his brothers and sisters. It was just crazy. But anyway, he was always the runt of the litter. Which is just crazy. Anyway, he was left home alone while his whole family was out for Christmas. And what he didn't know was that his whole neighborhood was being hit by these 2 guys by the name of the Wet Bandits. And so he did everything that he could to booby trap his whole entire house to keep them out. Which is absolutely really, really funny. Anywho, yeah. Home Alone is absolutely a very, very funny Christmas movie. I really did like it. However, I'm going to give it a 3 for 2 reasons. One, just the parents being mean in general. And 2, How the world can you guys forget your child? How the world can you guys forget your child? Which is just nuts. Ugh. But hey, at least Kevin did do a great job. At least Kevin did do a great job, making sure his family house was safe. It was the least he could do. So yeah, I gave this one a 3. However, it was a great movie, not gonna lie. Because don't forget, guys, Home Alone was the famous movie that made the classic iconic lines, "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and a Happy New Year to you." I love that one. And especially that one dude, whenever he gets mad, he always says some like weird mess. That it's too funny. Anyway, moving on to the next one. All right, next one. Next up is Candy Cane Lane. Now this one was very, very interesting. This one came out like last year, I believe. Yeah. This movie came out last year. It was about Eddie Murphy. It's about Eddie Murphy. And what happened was that he found this iconic Christmas town that comes to life. And the people in that town, they threatened that if they don't put on a amazing Christmas display, then his family will be stuck in that town forever. Which is just crazy. But anyway, Candy Cane Lane, it's a really interesting movie. You don't really get to see much Eddie Murphy movies around Christmas time. You don't really get to see much Eddie Murphy movies. But anyway, I think it was a really interesting one. I liked it. It was really funny. Anyway, let's move on. I think I'm definitely going to give this one a 5. I haven't seen the movie personally. I haven't seen it, but guys, let me know in the comments. Is it good? Plus, not only that, guys, the only thing I seen of Candy Cane Lane was the trailer, and that was it. Sorry. Anyway, moving on to the next one. All right, now we got a 3-part movie here. We got Santa Paws, Santa Paws 2, and the Santa Buddies. Yeah. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what Santa Paws is, it's basically following the route of the Buddies. You guys know the Buddies, the Disney, guys know the Buddies, the 5 little golden retriever pups. The daughter and sons of the famous dog Air Bud. Anywho, Santa Paws is about Santa. He actually brought a stuffed dog to life. And he ended up becoming very, very close. It was a young puppy. And what happened was that both him and Santa Paws, they traveled all around. They traveled to the city, mainly New York, where they ended up getting into an accident, which caused not only Santa Paws to be lost, but Santa also got amnesia. Which was just kind of bad. And Santa Paws, he actually made friends with some girls at an orphanage. It's basically Annie all over again, guys. It's basically Annie, in a way. It's like if Annie had a Christmas thing. But anyway, that's Santa Paws. Now on to Santa Paws 2. Basically what happened was that when Santa Paws grew up into a dog, he had a Mrs. Santa Paws, and they ended up having puppies. And the puppies, they got really, really curious about Christmas. And they wanted to grant Christmas wishes, like his mom and like their mom and dad and Santa and all the other elves out there. So what they did was while Mrs. Claus traveled to New York or wherever city she was going to, they hitched a ride and they wanted to make a Christmas wish come true. However, the Christmas wish that they made come true is that Christmas never existed, which was just bad. I mean, they were new. They didn't know no better. They didn't know no better. So, yeah, it was definitely really hard for them. They didn't know any better. But hey, thanks to some new friends, who believed in talking dogs and all sorts of other stuff, they were fine. They were really fine. And they restored everything. And on to Santa Buddies. And on to Santa Buddies, that's where Santa Paws' son, Puppy Paws, he got really curious. And so he started looking through the naughty and nice list. To check on lots of other stuff. And then he came across Butterball. He learned that Butterball was going to be on the naughty list. So he hitched a ride. Away from the North Pole and headed out to Fernfield, where the buddies lived, to warn Butterball about him being on the naughty list. However, things got out of control with the dog catcher and everything, and things got really bad. Really bad, and so it was up to the buddies. So it was up to the buddies and Santa Paws to deliver Christmas presents all over the world. It was actually really great. I absolutely loved it. So, yeah, each movie I'm going to give it an individual rating. Santa Paws, I'm going to give it a 4. All because, how mean that, all because of how mean that orphanage lady was. I didn't like her. Santa Paws 2, I think I'm definitely going to give it a, I guess I'm gonna give it a solid 4. Reason why was because that the puppies were too ignorant to know right and wrong from a Christmas Wish, but it was okay. And as for Santa Buddies, I'm gonna give it a nice 5. Because hey, guys, no joke, I've seen almost every single Buddies movie there is. Yep, I'm not lying. I've seen almost every single one. It's amazing, all the way from Air Buddies to Snow Buddies to Spooky Buddies to Treasure Buddies. I don't know if I already said Spooky Buddies. I probably did. Then there's Santa Buddies. Then there's the Super Buddies. Guys, like I said, I've seen almost every single Buddies movie there is, including the Air Bud movies. I've seen the basketball one, I've seen the soccer one, and I also seen the volleyball one. However, I have not seen the baseball or football. Sorry. I haven't seen baseball or football. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely really funny knowing that a dog can play sports too. It's really funny. But anyway, yeah, moving on to the next one. And guys, this is the last one. Woo! This is the last one. The movie Elf. I'm not gonna lie. Elf is a really interesting movie. It's about a human, raised by elves named Buddy. And as he got older, he was trying to question who he was. And his dad, aka the Papa Elf, he told him that he wasn't actually an elf and he wasn't born in the North Pole. He told him that he was a human by the name of, I don't know, it was mysterious. He told him that he was a human. He has a human father who lived in New York City, and he was on the naughty list, which is just bad, I guess. Anyway, so Buddy, he set out on a journey to find his real father, to find his real family. And so he did. However, his family wasn't really so welcoming at first. But then they soon got to warm up to him, and they got used to his little holly jolly Christmas thing. They got sorry, they really got really into it. However, the dad, he really didn't like it that much because he was a little bit mean towards Buddy at first. He was mean towards him, and he took him to the doctor. He took him to the doctor thinking that he was crazy. Took him to the doctor thinking he was crazy, but he soon learned what happened and everything. Anyway, so yeah, this movie was absolutely really funny. This movie was really, really funny. So I'm definitely going to get this movie a 5. Reason why is because, like I said, it's really funny. And not to mention, I literally grew up watching this movie. I'm not going to lie. I grew up watching this movie. Whenever Christmas time came around, I always watched this movie growing up. It was amazing. Whew. Alright, guys. I'm done. Finally. Woo! Anyway, that's it for this Flames Rates video. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What did you guys think? And did you guys happen to see a Christmas movie that you guys liked? Or did you guys remember watching any of these Christmas movies, either growing up or maybe you watched it last year? Who knows? But anyway, like I said, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like and comment down below. And also, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys rate these movies? What do you guys rate these movies? Let me know in the comments, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys might rate these movies something else. But, like I said, I don't judge. Anyway, and if you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so that way you guys don't have to do whenever I post. Anyway, this is Flame the Dragon Hog, signing out for now. Later, flamethrowers.